everyone. Lovely to see you here tonight. And welcome to another session of the I Am series. We're going to have a nice session, as I've been feeling into the potential for this session. It's going to be, in a way, a continuation or an addition to the previous session that we had about 3 hours ago about inviting your essence. So without any further ado, I think we can just get it started. Let's start with a breathing. Let's start with relaxing ourselves. So I invite you to simply take a deep breath. Simply allow yourself to release any unnecessary tension. Allow yourself to flow with your breath. Allow yourself to settle in. Once again, I will invite you to choose to disconnect from everything and everyone on the outside world. Allowing yourself to breathe deeply. Allowing yourself to be here present. And choosing from your heart to literally cut any connections that you might have with the outside world, with the past, the future. And allow yourself to just be present, to just be here, switching from the outside rhythm into your inner rhythm. Allowing this change to take place. Allowing this shift in consciousness to take place. No matter what you have been doing up until now, it doesn't matter. You're not connected with it anymore. Just allow yourself to breathe yourself into the I am here. Taking another moment to create the safe space for you. And simply allow the safe space to be created all around you, within you. Flowing with your breath, expanding with your breath, relaxing in your safe space. The safe space in which all energy comes to resolution. A safe space which is a neutral space. There are no desires, there is no push, there is no pull. And even if there might be on the outside world, you allow yourself to be still, unaffected. And really placing one hand on your heart and the other hand on your tummy, so that you better connect with your breath so that you better connect with your own inner rhythm. Connecting to your own inner flow, which is something that happens naturally whenever you take the time to allow it, whenever you take the time to disconnect in order to reconnect with yourself. So one breath at a time, giving yourself the permission to be here and to feel into this potential for this session. This potential which already happened beyond time and space. So I invite you to be open, to feel all the wisdom, all the fragrances, and to simply breathe in the whole energetic package for this session. To breathe it deep into your head, into your eyes, into your brain. To breathe it deep into your neck, into your throat, into your shoulders. To breathe it into your abdomen and back and arms, and to relax with the breath, to relax with the flow. All the way down to your pelvis, and all the way down to your knees and feet, receiving, as I said, the whole energetic package. Because you are a multi-dimensional being, you are here in time and space, and you are also beyond time and space, in eterna, in simultaneity. And what we are doing right now is we're having an experience of something that you just breathed in. We are allowing time to be a mechanism that delivers experience. That is what time is. A mechanism for the delivery of experience. Once again, I invite you to choose to defocus, to loosen the grip on whatever thoughts, emotions might come up to the surface. And I would like to talk today a little bit about stories, about human stories created by the mind, experienced by the human, emphasized by the emotions. The wonderful stories that create the human experience. And these wonderful stories, which are actually keeping one from fully knowing thyself, I've seen many people, many chambres that are in this quest for realization. And I see them still hanging on to their aspects, and I see them still hanging on to their stories. And I see them still wanting to create a new story. And as long as one is focused on their stories, well, then you cannot go beyond the stories and feel and remember who you are. And I'm asking you to evaluate within yourself. Are you still holding on to stories? Are you still holding on to an identity which had a certain story? Do you still tell that story within you or for other people? How many of you still have the childhood story? How many of you still hold on to what you believe happened in your childhood? I know I was holding on with everything I was having, playing the blame game to my parents. Because of you, I don't trust myself. Because of you, I've done these mistakes. Because you weren't standards enough, and so forth and so forth. Still trying to integrate aspects and still feeling justified to hold on to some aspects of suffering because in my childhood, that's what I have had, and that is my story. Just breathe and feel. Just breathe and feel the seduction of holding on to stories, the belief that you still have to work at letting go of something, and observe yourself in your day-to-day life. Are you creating new stories? Are you still longing for a career? Are you still longing for a relationship? Do you still have human goals to perfect yourself? Do you still believe you need to improve yourself? Just breathe and allow yourself to feel with your knowingness. Because as long as you are tied to some stories, to some outcomes, well, then you are lost. Then you are lost in that story. And then you will get frustrated because why isn't this realization thing happening? Why is it taking so long? And I see so many people who actually really say they are dedicated to this, and they want to remember who they are, and they want to feel the acceptance, and they want to feel all that. Then, when a story shows up, when an aspect creates a story, well, then they just go all into that story. And you know your stories are not that special. I know some people think their story is so special. I was born in this family and I was raised like that, and either my mother died, either my father died, or they didn't die but they were beating each other, or they beat me up, or whatever the story is. It's not that special. You are not special. What do you feel when you hear this? Did your aspects become angry when I said that you are not that special? Your stories are not special? Just breathe and observe, because the ego will have opinions, the ego will hold on to stories, the ego will have agendas, and the ego will stop you simply from letting go of some stories which are long dead. Take a deep breath. Your human stories are not special. That is not where your uniqueness comes from. Yes, each and every one of you is unique, but not because of your human stories, not because of your career, not because of your relationship, not because of the family that you were born in or the family that you created for yourself. That doesn't make you special. There are millions of other people that have lived the exactly same story that you have lived. Human experience is not unique. The human stories are not unique. You are not so special. And that is good. It isn't even good, actually. And that is. It just is. Can you allow yourself to not feel special? Are you at peace with this? Or are you maybe a little bit angry? Maybe some of your aspects right now are coming to the surface saying, oh yeah, I did that. I am actually very special. I don't know anyone that did that in my group of friends. Have you noticed sometimes when people talk about their stories, how they are in a way trying to outrun each other? Oh, you think you've had a rough childhood. Let me tell you my story. I've had it rough. Ego, ego, ego. Lost in the story, lost in duality. You cannot meet yourself, you cannot feel yourself if you spend 90% of your time or 99% of your time in human stories, worrying about money, longing for a relationship, blaming your family, judging yourself, judging others. Because then your focus is too much on separation and you're just missing the whole point. A deep breath into all of you. A deep breath into this right now moment. Allowing yourself to be open to all of your wisdom, to be open to the words that I am saying here. And I simply invite you to allow yourself to soften, to allow yourself to become fluid. How hard it is for you whenever you are caught up in a story, in an argument, how hard it is in that moment to become soft and fluid. How hard it is to get out of that situation and not care about it. Well, many times it's extremely hard because you are so passionately focused on that story and you're just missing the bigger picture. Whenever you're thinking about human stories, whenever you have human worries, well, then you are too focused in this reality, too focused in duality, in separation, and you are missing the whole point. So I invite you now, and later, if you will choose by yourself, to take a deep breath into you and to allow yourself to become soft, to allow yourself to become fluid, not fixed in an identity, not fixed in a story, not searching for a new story. But how about you allow yourself to be beyond any story? I am beyond story. I am beyond all stories. Whenever you allow yourself to defocus, to loosen the grip on stories, whenever you allow yourself to relax and to just be and to just breathe, that is the safe space in which you can meet yourself. Whenever you realize that there is the blank screen, the white screen on which the story is being projected, and you don't get involved in the story, but you realize you are the blank screen. Being the blank screen behind the story allows you to be neutral, allows you to be soft and fluid, allows you to have no preference for one character or the other. You see, the blank screen is there in total acceptance, no matter what movie is being projected on it. Normal humans, wrapped up just in the human life, they are simply lost in the sensuality of duality, in the sensuality of separation, in the sensuality of a story. But the whole point of awakening is to let go of the stories and realize you are the blank screen on which all stories take place. Of course, some choose to spend lifetimes and lifetimes in the pre-awakening phase, playing with different things. Still being 90% human with 10% spiritual aspirations. But if you really want to meet yourself, you'll have to switch that percent and be 10% involved in the human stories and 90% being the blank screen, 90% of the time being spent in acceptance, in trust, and even if you don't feel them, but just to be willing to be there. It's not about perfecting the human life. It's about remembering who you are. So take a deep breath if you want and allow yourself to defocus. Allow yourself to take a step back. This doesn't mean to not be present in your life anymore, to not talk with other people. It means to be completely aware and present as you are doing whatever it is you are doing. It means to, yes, go ahead and paint or work at your job, whatever that might be. But remember that you are not separate from your divinity. Remember that you are not just a human doing its job. You are an unlimited consciousness who is having an experience on earth, playing at the job that you are having. When you do that, you realize there is no need for suffering. When you do that, if you have a job, you will just do whatever you like to do. That gives you a lot of freedom to realize you are not just a human being, you are not stuck. You are on this planet, but you are not of this planet. So just take a deep breath and allow yourself to be beyond any story. Or better said, be behind any story. Allowing yourself to be defocused. And in this defocus, it will be so easy for you to realize how it is all your energy. It will be so easy for you to realize that there are actually no other people. It will be so easy for you to realize that however other people are acting, they're only acting as a response to your state of consciousness. You won't try to perfect the human relationships because they make you feel hurt, unloved, unappreciated. But instead, you will realize that you are feeling unappreciated, unloved, and hurt. You have these wounds inside of you. You're not going to go to the other person to tell them to love you or to do things for you, because that means you are lost in the story. But instead you are going to take a step back, defocus, and invite your essence. Invite it and breathe it into all of your being, connecting to your source, connecting to your true nature. And then those other people, after you have dealt with this within yourself, then they will act accordingly to your new level of consciousness. So yes, there are no other people that can ever inflict anything on you or take anything from you. It's only you in your energy, playing with some avatars which respond to your consciousness. And that is when you realize you are actually free. You don't have to really understand this with your mind, but just breathe and be soft. Just breathe and soften your face. Just breathe and allow the breath to soften your body. Breathe and allow your bones to become fluid and soft. Breathe all the way down to your belly and allow your muscles to become soft and fluid. Breathe and allow your skin to become soft and fluid as well. Breathe and allow your stories to become soft and fluid. All of these stories, they are just lies. They're lies because they're not the truth. They're just stories. The only thing that is true is the I exist. Anything else is just a story. And in the I exist, you are soft, you are fluid, you are open, because you realize there are no other people, it's just you, so of course you are open. You are safe, because you realize it's only your energy, and there are no other people, so there's no one to harm you. In the I exist, you are abundance. So you don't need to work for money unless you just enjoy working. You don't need to struggle for money unless you just enjoy struggling. You don't need to create another relationship that will make you feel betrayed because you are love. You don't need any drama because drama is feeding. And in the I exist, you are complete unto yourself. Simply take a deep breath into all of you. And just feel. And just breathe. And and just allow for the dissolution of stories. Allow the stories to become soft. And when you don't hang on to some stories like that, those stories are even being rewritten. When you defocus from just one limited story, you start to see all of the potentials available for you. So just breathe all the way down to your feet, all the way down to your belly, all the way down to your heart and into your brain. And just allow yourself to be present. Allow yourself to be defocused. Allow yourself to create this point of presence so that it becomes something familiar. So that when you find yourself lost in a story, you can easily go back to this I exist. You can easily become the screen onto which all experience takes place. Allowing yourself to be impersonal. Of course, this is not for everybody, only for the ones that are actually done playing in the human sandbox. Because this is a natural evolution, you don't have to force it. This is naturally going to happen. It may happen in this lifetime. If you get lost in the human stories, it may happen maybe in 5, 10, 20 lifetimes. You can always choose. You can always choose how much of your time you spend as a human and how much of your time you spend as consciousness. So simply breathe and flow with your breath. Breathe and allow yourself to just be in the I exist. I am beyond any story, or I am behind any story. What is behind all the stories? Well, it's the pure awareness and knowingness of the I exist. this is something for you to keep pondering and to keep being aware of, to keep becoming aware of in your day-to-day life. Not forcing anything, because it is a natural process. All humans on earth, really all the humans on earth, are going to have their realization. In 10, 20, 100, 1,000, 5,000 lifetimes. But if you are here listening to this, maybe it is this lifetime for you. So take another deep breath into all that you are. Remember that your human stories are not special. You, dear ego, are not special at all. Your uniqueness does not lie in your human stories. Your uniqueness is your I exist. So with that, I invite you to start to become aware of your body, to start to become aware of the bed, the chair that you're laying on, and allow your awareness to slowly come back to your body, breathing all of this experience, breathing all of this wisdom into you. Breathing it down here into this physical reality. There can be some heavy stuff, and maybe you will even have many emotional stories come up to the surface. But I invite you, if that happens, to just breathe and allow. To just breathe and allow. It's a natural process, you don't have to work at it. Just don't get lost in the stories, in the aspects. Just breathe and once again invite your essence. My dear soul, my dear essence, I invite you into this body, into this mind, into this room, all the way down into my bloodstream, and simply breathe in your essence. Breathe yourself in. And of course, whenever you will open your eyes, allow yourself to maintain this awareness, to not go out there focused in another human story. Because when there are no more stories left, then life will flow through you without any limitations, without any belief systems, without any breaks, but just in total freedom and passion to just express for the sake of expressing. So another deep breath into all of you. A deep breath into the I exist. Thank you all for joining. Lovely to be here with you tonight. And yeah, see you tomorrow, and also see you next week for the other wonderful sessions that I will be having. Big kiss, big hug, and see you soon.